Welcome back to the Bronx Pinstripes Report, the only place on the internet where we understand that in New York, it is World Series or bust. I'm your host, and today, we have a massive, earth-shattering rumor to break down. Grab your coffee, Yankees universe, because the hot stove is absolutely boiling over right now. The million-dollar question surrounding the New York Yankees today is one that breaks the hearts of some and excites the minds of others. Are we about to trade Anthony Volpe? As we all know, Volpe is currently recovering from a torn labrum and is set to miss the opening part of the 2026 season. This injury forces the Yankees to get a long, hard look at what this lineup looks like without the kid from New Jersey penciled in at shortstop. And according to a massive mock trade proposed by Sports Illustrated, the Yankees might be looking to move on entirely. The proposed blockbuster? The Yankees send Anthony Volpe, top outfield prospect Spencer Jones, and pitching prospect Chase Hampton to the Washington Nationals in exchange for all-star shortstop C.J. Abrams. Every time a rumor of this magnitude crosses my desk, I have to ask the ultimate question, the only question that matters when you wear the pinstripes. Does this move bring us closer to number 28? Let's dive in. Let's get right into the deep analysis, because we need to look at the numbers, the roster construction, and how this actually plays out on the diamond at Yankee Stadium. First, let's talk about C.J. Abrams. In all my years covering the Bronx, I have rarely seen a young shortstop with this kind of dynamic, explosive ceiling available on the trade market. Abrams was an all-star in 2024. He has put together consecutive seasons with 29-plus doubles, 19-plus home runs, and 31-plus stolen bases. He is an absolute lightning bolt on the base paths. Now, I know what some of you are screaming at your screens right now. We don't necessarily need another left-handed bat. And you're right, our lineup is heavily left-handed. But let's be real about this move. Abrams' production against both righties and lefties significantly exceeds what Anthony Volpe has brought to the Yankees' offense so far. Imagine C.J. Abrams taking aim at the short porch in right field. Moving from the cavernous outfield in Washington to the Bronx would do absolute wonders for his power numbers. With a stronger supporting cast protecting him in the lineup, meaning pitchers actually have to throw him strikes, that short porch could easily push Abrams into the 25 to 30 home run range. Combine that with his elite speed, and you are looking at a legitimate top-of-the-order catalyst who can manufacture runs, steal bases, and hit the ball out of the yard. But we have to look at the cost. The mock trade has us giving up Anthony Volpe, Spencer Jones, and Chase Hampton. Let's break that down. Volpe is an elite defender, a Gold Glove winner, but his bat has been inconsistent. The torn labrum complicates his development. But giving up Spencer Jones, that is the sticking point for me. Jones is a physical freak, a 6'6" monster with light tower power, who many scouts have compared to Aaron Judge. Parting ways with Spencer Jones this early in his career feels incredibly risky. If I am the Yankees, I am trying to substitute a lower-tier prospect in place of Jones to make this deal work. You do not trade a potential generational power bat unless you are getting a guaranteed superstar in return. Chase Hampton is a solid arm, and losing pitching depth from the farm system always hurts. But to get an all-star, you have to give up value. The reality is, Abrams upgrades the offensive floor of the shortstop position immediately. But the defensive drop-off from Volpe to Abrams is something the pitching staff, particularly our ground ball heavy rotation and the bullpen, will have to adjust to. Now, let's step into the executive suite. Yankees fans love to talk about the business behind the game, and rightly so, because in the modern MLB, managing the luxury tax is just as important as managing the bullpen. What is Brian Cashman thinking here? From a front office perspective, this trade is a massive roll of the dice regarding team control and payroll flexibility. Anthony Volpe is pre-arbitration. He is incredibly cheap, homegrown, and under team control for years. C.J. Abrams is also young and under team control. But as an all-star, his arbitration numbers are going to climb significantly faster than Volpe's. However, the Washington Nationals have shown a willingness to embrace a full rebuild, especially after trading away ace Mackenzie Gore. They are looking to build a young, controllable core around guys like James Wood. Acquiring Volpe, Jones, and Hampton gives them 3 foundational pieces for their future. For Brian Cashman, this is about maximizing the current championship window. The Yankees front office knows that the clock is ticking on Aaron Judge's prime and Gerrit Cole's prime. The luxury tax threshold is always a looming shadow over the Bronx, but Hal Steinbrenner has shown that if a move guarantees a better shot at a World Series, he will open the checkbook. Abrams gives the Yankees a proven, all-star caliber commodity right now, but let's talk about the prospect capital. Cashman has notoriously hugged his top prospects. We saw it with Clint Frazier, we saw it with Gleyber Torres, and we are seeing it now with Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. Trading Jones would be a massive departure from Cashman's recent philosophy. It signals a level of desperation, or perhaps a level of aggressive determination, that we haven't seen from the front office in a while. If Cashman pulls the trigger on this, he is essentially saying, we cannot wait for Volpe's bat to develop. And we cannot wait for Jones to reach the majors. We need offense, and we need it yesterday. Furthermore, if Volpe continues to underperform offensively, his trade value will only diminish. Selling high, or at least selling before the league completely figures him out, might be the most ruthless, yet brilliant business decision Cashman could make. It's a cold business, free agency and trades, but that's the reality of the MLB. All right, let's take it to the bleacher creatures. How is the Bronx going to react to this? Being a Yankees fan means carrying the weight of history on your shoulders every single pitch. We demand excellence. And let's be brutally honest, the situation with Anthony Volpe hasn't felt entirely right lately. It breaks my heart to say it because he is the hometown kid. He grew up idolizing Derek Jeter. He was supposed to be the chosen one. But the fan base has grown increasingly impatient with his offensive struggles. The strikeout rates, the inability to get on base consistently, it has led to a surprisingly unsupportive environment for a 24-year-old kid at Yankee Stadium. If the Yankees make this trade, the initial reaction will be shock. Losing the hometown kid is an emotional blow. But Yankees fans are pragmatic when it comes to winning. The moment C.J. Abrams steals second base, hits a laser into the short porch, and flashes that all-star smile, the Bronx will embrace him. More importantly, does this help us beat our rivals? Does this lineup strike fear into the hearts of the Boston Red Sox or the Los Angeles Dodgers? Absolutely. Adding a dynamic, speed and power threat like Abrams makes the Yankees lineup significantly deeper and much harder to navigate. It takes the pressure off the middle of the order. When you are facing the Dodgers in October, you cannot have automatic outs at the bottom of your lineup. Abrams ensures that the lineup turns over with danger. So what is the final verdict on this mock trade? If the deal is Volpe, Spencer Jones, and Chase Hampton for C.J. Abrams, I have to give this trade a B. I love C.J. Abrams. I think he is a phenomenal talent who would thrive in the pinstripes, but giving up Spencer Jones is a bridge too far for me. If Brian Cashman can negotiate this down to Volpe, Hampton, and a mid-tier prospect, keeping Jones in our system, then this immediately jumps to an A+. We need the offense, we need the speed, and we need to capitalize on this World Series window right now. But I want to hear from you, the best fans in baseball. Do you make this trade? Are you ready to move on from Anthony Volpe? Or do you think he still has the potential to be our franchise shortstop? Drop down in the comments and let me know. Make sure you type Go Yankees, so I know you watched until the end. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to the Bronx Pinstripes Report, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. We are chasing number 28, and we want you along for the ride. Until next time, keep wearing the pinstripes with pride.